Welcome to another episode of The Cleaning Edge. This is the third segment in our three-part series on point-of-sale systems. Today we're taking a special look at point-of-sale in the self-service market. Credit card acceptors, centralized systems, bill changers, dynamic credit card processing, and more are highlighted while the International Carwash Association takes you to the Cleaning Edge.
Hi, this is Jim Bellinger with Jerry Miller. We're in Grapevine, Texas at Wave Wash, and we were walking by over here, and Jerry kind of pointed out to us.
Well, I understand the change machine. I have change machines at my exterior wash, but I have not seen a credit card machine like that. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, well, just like at your exterior where the self-pay kiosks are accepting credit cards to make the transaction more convenient for the customer. And are you seeing a dollar per car increase as well?
Oh yeah.
Use the credit card?
Our credit card usage is probably 50% even at the Express.
And so the self-serve guys are trying to get the same lift for their customers in terms of convenience and the dollar per car. This particular machine takes the credit card and converts to tokens for use in the bay. We're also seeing out in the bay actual credit card acceptors being put in the bay.
Okay.
And at the show this year, that was a big trend in a lot of the manufacturers' booths as they were doing this. Have you ever heard of the Electronic Transaction Association?
I'm not familiar. Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, that's kind of like the ICA, or the International Carwash Association, for the payment industry, the credit card payment industry. It's their association.
Okay.
So they monitor usage in the United States. What they're seeing is an annual 15% increase in credit card use on everyday transactions. That's why we're seeing this big demand in the car wash industry from our customers to use their credit cards when they go into our facilities, and they're looking for that payment option. So Bobby, when a customer decides to use some of the advanced technology that's now been made available within the self-serve industry, what advantages do they get besides driving convenience for their customer and maybe dollar per car increase by the use of credit cards in the tunnel? What other things do they get?
One of the things that happens and we see with customers and demands is that they like accounting, they like some kind of accountability. That way they don't have to be the only person with the keys to the location. Secondly, is one of the highlights is diagnostics, being able to diagnose what's going on at the problem, being alerted via either email, pager, or some kind of cell phone, being able to do that. They'd be able to have, certain flags come up that would show them, hey, these issues are going on at the site, or just be able to evaluate what kind of day that I'm having or what kind of hour am I having. Do I need to add additional resources due to the business that's showing up at the site?
So manufacturing community in the self-serve world, kind of the state of the union is, if you upgrade in the bay, you're also getting some back office advanced accounting. It gives you key metrics and some type of summary reports and whatnot.
Absolutely.
And make sure it's counting your money accurately.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then you're also getting these diagnostics and a way to alert the owner if there's a problem in the field.
Absolutely. Yes.
That's really a nice collateral benefit to upgrading in the bay.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a code-based technology of the POS system that we've been utilizing for several years, and it's been very successful for the customer and for the industry. It was kind of the first introduction of some technology in the self-service business. It's a code-based system. They're able to use their credit card here at this system here, or put in a predefined code. They can then go to the property, and any device that has a keypad on it, they then can put that code in, it will turn on that device or dispense that item.
So they can go into the bay and they can use wash equipment and go to a vacuum. Is it also ever connected into vending machines?
Yes, it is.
So really anywhere they can pay once, have a code, spend their money all over the property.
Exactly, yeah. They can use it in the automatic, they can use it in vending, they use bays, vacuum. In this particular system, we use what we call a dynamic charge, and it only bills you as you repeat it in her verbal instructions that they're only going to be billed for what they use. So they at this point can go to any function that they want to, and it will again confirm what position they're at. At the point that they're finished with their wash and they're ready to return back in this particular system here,
you have selected
turn
the
to the stop position.
Remaining here for the next 30 seconds will complete your transaction.
So once they've returned back to the stop position, then it cancels and stops the transaction.
Okay, so if I understand you right, there's going to be a minimum billing of $2 if they just did something very quickly. If they screwed up and left it in the stop position for 30 seconds, it will time out, and then will it charge them?
It will charge them for an amount of time. They're in the system setup, and typically in the dynamic systems, you have a safety valve, what we call, and that you set some kind of amount. Typically, we set it to $10, and then if it's set at $10, then the maximum that they would get billed is $10. It would not go on for an infinite amount
But
of
if
charge.
they never move the selector switch and it times out the initial 30 seconds,
They get charged nothing.
they get charged nothing. So if they're making a mistake, they're not penalized for
That's
it.
correct. That's
And
correct.
then they just go through the normal sequence of whatever services they're going to purchase, and it calculates the time and charges.
That's correct.
And you have a safety valve of $10. You can set it, merchant can set it wherever they want.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You mentioned now the term dynamic, and can you explain that a little bit, and where maybe some systems are and where it's heading in the industry?
Okay. What we've seen as credit cards have been introduced to us over the last couple of years in the industry, there's been a couple of trends. One trend is just a pre-billed amount. So you take a credit card, you swipe it to it, and it will give you either a certain amount of time or a certain dollar amount that you will be charged. At that point, once that time expires, then you have to swipe your card again. We felt like that in moving this system and the POS system forward, we felt like that it was more important that because of some of the fees associated with card swipes, MasterCard and Visa currently charge 10 cents per swipe, and the merchant, not the customer, ends up paying that fee. So what we felt like is going to a dynamic system would be more profitable for the merchant, and consequently give the customer the chance to focus now on washing their car as opposed to chasing the clock and trying to get their car washed before their time out and they get another swipe involved.
So the dynamic system eliminates the need to continually reswipe the card,
That is correct.
charging the merchant the fees, and then it just goes into the time function.
That is correct.
And the POS community in the self-serve segment is moving that direction.
That's right.
They bring the dynamic system to solve that problem.
That is correct.
Does it have, gift card functionality or account, fleet type functionality, wash clubs or anything like that?
Yes, yes. As again, most systems, they're driven by, a back office type PC that will manage, different kind of cards. We have a fleet card, which a fleet card at that point is a card that can be distributed to a person like yourself, and you can be given this card and then you use it all through the month, or your company uses it, and there's there's controls on that where you can actually put where they can only use it at certain days or certain times of the day, do that, and then at the end of the month there's a billing that they go back and they bill you on that.
Now again, that's prevalent and pervasive technology in the industry, so lots of POS companies have the ability to do the fleet card system,
Correct.
the gift card system. You're just giving customers more options.
That's correct.
And then the ability to go out and establish accounts with local fleets or
Right.
businesses and whatnot.
Right.
And when they get billed then, that tells them, if they have multiple cards, it tells them who used the car wash, how much they spent, et cetera, so they have internal controls.
That's right. What date and times and what functions they might have used.
This is because, at the trade show last year, and I'm sure this year we're going to see a lot of other companies with this kind of POS system out there. Is this relatively easy to retrofit for an existing operator that may want to upgrade from a, traditional, just simply coin or token acceptance to, put a bill acceptor in and/or go to the credit card? Is it a new machine? Is it same wiring? That kind of thing? Is it mount in the same footprint typically?
Right. I think everything Jimmy has made, there's business decisions made. And so it's beautiful for the retrofit market. In fact, it gives that capability with minimum amount of work to be able to go into the retrofit market, add a system in, add a new box in. It gives the operator a chance to facelift their location, and then add some of these added features. There is typically some kind of mechanical work that is required, putting in new meter boxes, putting in new faces. Some of the manufacturers will have retrofit faces that will fit their existing boxes. There's not much cross-manufacturing retrofit, but one of the goals was to make it easy for the retrofit market, because that is actually one of the target markets.